Hello, Harigaru.
Hello, Sagar.
Sir, regarding my cricket, I have a small question.
Right.
I have a tournament in 3 months.
Okay.
I am good with batting and bowling, but my
Right.
fielding is not up to the mark.
Very good.
So I want to quickly learn because even last time I had few complaints against my fielding.
Mm-hmm.
How can I learn something quickly
Right.
and be good at it?
Ah. So this is a good question
Mm-hmm.
because mainly something in our whatever we are doing,
Mm-hmm.
we feel compromised in certain areas.
Mm.
Like you said about fielding.
Yeah.
In cricket, batting and bowling well, but your fielding is not so good,
Mm.
and you feel maybe I should do better.
Mm-hmm.
It will always be at the back of your mind. But if your fielding gets to be good enough,
Mm-hmm.
your entire value that you bring to the team is going to be much more.
Absolutely, yeah.
And as a student, let us say, you're good at X, Y, Z subjects,
Mhm.
but let's say your presentation skills are not good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say your language skills are not good.
Mm-hmm.
Certain skills are not good. You always feel I'm compromised a little.
Yeah.
And this question of yours, this is a very interesting TED talk by Josh Kaufman, who talks about how to learn anything in 20 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So most of us think, let us say I want to get better at fielding. You may think it may take 6 months, you may think it takes 1 year. Some people think I'm not good at this, I'm not made for fielding.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What we don't realize is that these are things that can be learned with practice.
Okay.
And in a very short time, because if you listen to the TED talk,
Mm-hmm.
what Josh Kaufman says is that all it takes is 20 hours
Mm-hmm.
to get reasonably good
Mm-hmm.
at anything, which means you can take your fielding
Mm-hmm.
to a particular level where you don't feel compromised by it at all. Right? In a month's time. In a month's time, you will feel very good.
Okay.
Now, there's a process to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The process is first you have to learn to deconstruct the skill.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deconstruct a skill? Like fielding. Now,
Okay.
fielding by itself it has ground fielding, it has catching, it has slip catching, it has high catching, it has all kinds of stuff. So, deconstruct the skill. How do you deconstruct the skill? What is the process to this?
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to deconstruct a skill, you have to first learn.
Mm-hmm.
Either you learn it by yourself
Okay.
or you hire a coach,
Mm-hmm.
right? Talk to somebody who knows what it is.
Okay.
So, what are these things and how do I get better at these things?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, so if says, okay, ground fielding,
Mm-hmm.
separately you have to learn the process to field.
Okay.
Slip catching, you have to learn the process on slip catching,
Mm-hmm.
high catching, slip, right? So you know that these things are important and this is how you deconstruct the skill.
Okay.
So this part has to be done at the beginning. I mean, you
Okay.
don't just go and do things blindly.
Mm-hmm.
You just learn a process,
Mm-hmm.
deconstruct the skill,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Mm-hmm.
do it.
Okay.
Right? Once deconstruction, what happens is there is a pattern to this whole thing.
Okay.
Everything has a way to. So instead of learning the whole thing, which may look to you very complex,
Mm-hmm.
learn those 4 or 5 basics.
Okay.
Basics on how to field, basics on how to catch, basics on those 4 or 5 basics will immediately take you to the
Okay.
next level. Don't
Okay.
look at learning everything there. Like
Okay. That means like in 20 days we can learn everything.
in 20 days you can learn. No, you can't learn everything. You can you take the basics in how you
Whatever
want.
area
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
whatever area it is.
Okay.
Focus on those basic areas
Okay.
because these 4 or 5 basic areas
Uh-huh.
will help you with about 80% of the
Okay.
job.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So identify those things,
Mhm.
work on those things.
Okay.
That you have to do before.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
The second thing, again,
Mhm.
this is also something you will need help with.
Mhm.
Ideally, a good coach or some other source.
Mm-hmm.
You have to learn the process well enough to be able to self-correct yourself.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, many times we don't know when we are making a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So there's three stages to it.
Mm-hmm.
We make a mistake, we don't know we're making a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
The coach tells us or somebody tells us, this is a mistake you made.
Mm-hmm.
The second level is when you know you're making a mistake, but you don't know how to correct yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That you know you made a mistake, you go to the coach and say, sir, I made this mistake, or ma'am, I made this mistake, and they will correct you.
Okay.
But you have to get to the third level
Mm.
where
Mm.
you know the process well enough that when you're making a mistake, you know how to self-correct.
Okay.
Right? Even this is something you have to learn before you get started.
Okay.
Right? So in fielding, deconstruct the process first. Second, learn enough to self-correct.
Okay.
Third, once you know enough, remove all practice barriers. This is when your 20 hours starts.
Okay.
Which means make the best time to practice these 20 hours. Schedule 1 hour or 45 minutes daily for it. Go there. If you have a coach, go with the coach. If you have somebody else who can help you, go with them. But practice with complete focus.
Okay.
In the best time of the day for this particular practice. Right?
So that means it's not just 20 hours. 20 hours of dedication for.
Absolutely. 20 hours going through with this process, having deconstructed the skill, having understood the pattern, and learning enough to self-correct.
Super.
Once you do all these things and you put in 20 hours, in a month's time, what Josh Kaufman says and what I am very convinced about is that you will be so good that you will be surprised. It will stop compromising you anymore. So whether it's a language, whether it's a sport, whether it's a dance, whatever it is, pick it up, 20 hours, follow this process, and you'll be in really good shape.
Super, Harigaru. Since you are the cricket champion, I'll reach you for any help.
Right.
Thank you, Harigaru.
Thank you so much.